guys, it's Jess. It is December 1st in Minnesota, and just going for a drive to run an errand real quick, and I have some time to hop on. It's been a while. I am 6 months in as of November 20th doing the carnivore diet. I guess I've lost 54 pounds now. I really wish I would have taken my measurements, which I will be, because I still have a long way to go. Still have quite a bit of weight to lose, quite a bit of healing left to do. So I might as well measure myself now and take before, pictures, and why not? Track my progress. Seems like when I listen to people who are doing this way of life, that's one of their regrets, is they didn't take pictures, they didn't measure themselves, because it's fun to see your progress. So a couple of my small little non-scale victories, if I can remember just what comes on my head. My fingers, looking at my fingers and how thin they are. They're not like sausages. My ring is actually pretty loose now, so that's exciting. Taking a shower, wrapping yourself with a towel and it actually wraps around. That feels good. That's great. And I'm size 18, but size 16, jeans, just a little, I can fit in them, and they actually fit really well, but I have kind of a pouch, I guess, from having 5 kids. That'll do it. Yeah. So I'm not quite in the size 16, but the size 18 pants are just too big in the legs and the butt, so it looks like I have a saggy diaper. Anywho, just fun stuff that only us big people know. And so let's see. I think the last video I did was about my 2 children, Cora and Leo, who are in heaven with Jesus. Feel free to listen to that if you want. Bring a Kleenex box. Trigger warning is on child loss. But yeah, just to get to know me a little more, why not? Kind of my intention of this channel is obviously document my healing journey through carnivore, just like a ketogenic type way of life, and really some of my God stories, my God moments, because it's only because of Him that I'm here. It's the biggest, most important piece of my life. Anywho, so Thanksgiving was last week, and actually this last week, Sunday today, so last Thursday, Thanksgiving, my family went to my husband's uncle's house, and I brought deviled eggs, carnivore deviled eggs. We did that carnivore butter or mayo with the lemon juice, eggs, and butter, and it was a hit. Delicious. And then we did a meat and cheese platter with a variety of meats and cheeses. That was a hit. And then I made Carnivore Doctor's pumpkin pie custard. Oh my goodness. That was good, but I don't have sober behavior around it, so note to self. But I'm glad that I had that to indulge in versus the sugar, the stuff that would totally set me off. So I stayed on track, and that's a big win for me, guys. That's a big win because I'm a people pleaser. You know. So let's see. Some of the things that I have had going on, reasons, like my whys, I guess, a couple of my whys for doing this. Back when it was after I had my third child, Vera Marie, and she's currently 3 years old. She was born on my dad's birthday, the 22nd, my favorite number. It ended up being National Rainbow Baby Day. I went in on a Thursday night to be induced. She wasn't delivered until Sunday. God made it to... He wanted her born on Sunday, National Rainbow Baby Day, my dad's birthday on the 22nd, my favorite number. And it was just, because she's my double rainbow baby, you know? So, God is so good, guys. Anyways, so Vera, where was I going with this? Goodness gracious. Hopefully Carnivore will heal that with my brain. But although it's not like I'm talking to people like this very often, so practice makes perfect. Maybe. All right, my whys. Okay, so my kids. But so after Vera, I was having a lot of pain in my left chest, lower, like maybe my stomach. So ended up going to the doctor, and they wanted me to do an ultrasound. So they did an ultrasound on all my organs, and I have an enlarged fatty liver. So that was one thing that really scared me. I mean, yeah, how could that not? So that, just I want to be there for my kids. You know, last summer, my cousin Miranda, her husband passed away unexpectedly. I mean, they're young, like 30 years old. Unexpectedly in their house. Turned out he had a heart condition, but then 7 weeks later, my cousin Miranda was tragically killed in a car accident, leaving behind 3 babies, 3 girls. Just so devastating, and you know, it's hard to see why, even still at this point, why God allowed it to happen. But you know, the girls are in a very loving home. Not that they weren't in a loving home with Miranda, but God is good, and God is protecting and providing for them. But you know, you just don't know when your last day is, and I want my kids. I mean, granted, not like even the cause of death of those 2 is like in their control. It's not like they died from a heart attack because of the way they were eating, but, or, you know, cirrhosis or liver, you know, whatever. But you get my point. Life is short. No one knows when their day is going to be up, and I want to be able to do what I can do, because obviously God is in control, but what I can control, I want to do what's best for my kids and my family. I want to be there to help my kids with my my grandkids, maybe even be alive to watch my great-grandkids grow up. So it's just, that's one of my whys. Just honoring God with my body. He gave this to me. I need to love Him by feeding my body, treating my body with love. And what else? Just my knees, my joints. Obviously the big one's the weight. I mean, as everyone who struggles with weight knows, it's hard to get up off the ground, hard to do stairs, and go on long walks, and whatever. So those are all my whys. And some of my other ailments, I guess, skin tags. You know, I still have a couple, but I don't have any new ones, so that's good. That I've noticed over the 6 months I've been doing this. My fingernails are so much stronger. My skin, I guess my skin seems to be really nice. Nicer than before. I guess that's a wrap for that. But yeah, I guess I'll just end with a couple little tidbits of the rest of my kids. Why not? Just so then you all know a little bit about my family. So Vera is my third. Then we had Esme Grace, and she was my first baby with where I had gestational diabetes, and they had me on insulin during that. They're the third trimester, whatever, they do that whole thing. And I did not do the glucose test. See, with Vera, Leo, and Cora, I did the glucose test and I passed. But like what I said with Leo, I failed the 3 hours, but then I passed the 6 hour. Same with Vera, failed and passed. But with Vera, I think I gained 40 pounds with that pregnancy, and I only lost probably 20 of that, and then got pregnant with Esme. Vera was 9 months old, and my milk supply dried up and was pregnant. And so then, I had Esme in January of 23. And then when she was 5 months old, let's see, is there some fun special things of Esme? I mean, my births were really easy vaginal births, what I had hoped for, prayed for, and it came to be, thank God. And yeah, so Esme, and then 5 months postpartum with her, and then milk supply dried up. Turns out I'm pregnant with my 5th, and oh boy, what a whirlwind of my 5th pregnancy, my most recent, and that was our son Joel Robert. And I went in for our 18-week ultrasound appointment, anatomy scan, and usually it's at 20 weeks, but because of my age and my prior pregnancies, higher risk, and plus with Leo being stillborn, I mean, they make you do the whole works, which I guess I get. Also, I'm like a profit pony, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, okay, sorry. So doctor comes in and has a genetic counselor with him, and he says that there's some concerning things with the ultrasound. I have a subamniotic hemorrhage, and the main priority right now is to keep this baby alive to viability, which at the hospital that we were going to for care, viability is 21 weeks. Well, I was 18 weeks, so I had a few weeks to go before baby's considered viable, where they'll actually do life-saving measures, which I think is a crock of SH, you know what. Pardon me. And I mean, this doctor put the fear of death in me, of losing another child, and basically put me on bed rest, which, I ended up getting care at another provider and had a second opinion, which, hemmed and hawed, agreed to some of what this first doctor told me to do. And it's like, yeah, just be very, be careful, because obviously if that hemorrhage ruptures, I mean, could be, life or death. So yeah, it was just a lot of worry. And then you get a call, and then they're like, and usually we see genetic or chromosomal issues with this type of a hemorrhage. And so then she's like, there's a blood test we could do, or we could do the amnio where they'll go in. And I'm like, well, I guess let's just do the blood test. That's less invasive and see what comes of it. Well, came back that Joel had a 78.4% chance of having Down syndrome trisomy 21. Well, this lady calls me over the phone to tell me this. You know, this is like a week or two later. She asked me if we wanted to terminate. Kid you not. Like, just because he has could have Down syndrome. I mean, it's not even 100%. Did a bunch of research, and, you know, so my husband, he's more of, well, we'll just go on as if he doesn't have it, because let's just hope that, you know, best case scenario that, you know, he's in that last 20%, you know, that he doesn't have it. Well, I'm a planner, and so I did a lot of research, and, you know, just to prepare myself for if he is born with Down syndrome. Well, he was born with Down syndrome. And he's just the cutest, sweetest, smiley, cuddly, just the biggest gift ever. And all that I was told, you know, so much of my research was so fear-based and worst case scenarios, and it ain't nothing like that. So anyway, so yeah, so with me doing carnivore and nursing, he's getting good stuff. He's 10 months old, and he's in 18-month clothes. He's scooting, rolling, crawling around on the floor. He's now able to be on his tummy and get into a sitting position. He's keeping up with his peers, healthy, and yeah, that's about it for my kids. Joel, Esme, Vera, Leo, and Cora, in reverse order. So yeah, that's where we're at. Until next time, I guess I'll read to you, what is it, Proverbs? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. God bless you all. Beep!